Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on cybersecurity and identity theft. My name is Ruchika, and I'm the project coordinator at COSTI Immigrant Services, and I will be your presenter. Thank you for taking the time out to be here today. These days, we all probably use digital tools more than the average person. Our social lives, our schoolwork, and even our professional life probably depends on using internet and connected devices. There are many risks and dangers in our digital world, and we must take precautions to stay safe online. Cybercrimes are not just about hackers stealing your financial information. This crime involves more than just theft of your financial information. There is a constant evolution of cybercrimes with new threats surfacing every year. Cybercrimes are any crimes that take place online or primarily online. Cybercriminals often commit crimes by targeting computer networks or devices. The crime ranges from security breaches to identity theft. There are some new ones that have surfaced in the past few years, like revenge porn, cyberstalking, harassment, bullying, and child sexual exploitation. Cybersecurity is how we protect our computer systems from theft and hacking. It's important that we protect both our physical devices and our online networks and the information they contain. Criminals often use our dependence on computers and the internet to take advantage of us, steal from us, and even hurt us. As long as you're using the internet, you should exercise some basic precautions. Here are a few tips that you can use to help protect yourself. Use a full-service Internet Security Suite, one that provides real-time protection against existing and emerging malware, including ransomware and viruses, and helps protect your private and financial information when you go online. Use strong passwords. Don't repeat your passwords on different sites and change your passwords regularly. Make them complex. This means using a combination of at least 10 letters, numbers, and symbols. A password management application can also help you keep your passwords locked down. Use passwords on your computer, phone, and tablet. Use passwords for your online accounts. Do not share your passwords with other people. And also remember to log out of sites when using public computers. Looking at some password tips, your passwords should be at least 8 characters with an uppercase and a lowercase letter. They should not be simple words. They should contain a number and have a special character in it. How secure is your password? On this slide, you will see we have mentioned a website. This website will help you check the strength of your password. For example, a simple city name like Ottawa, this simple password, a hacker will take only 0.67 seconds to crack this password. But on the other hand, a complex password like ZBAWC2021 exclamation mark is a very strong password, and a hacker will take 41 years to crack this password because this contains lowercase, uppercase numbers, as well as symbols. So the basic idea is to keep your password complex. How to create passwords that are meaningful, secure, and easy to remember. So that is called a passphrase, which is a combination of a password, plus a phrase. So how do we create a passphrase? Number one, think of a positive memory. For example, John and Joe moved to Canada. Next step, let's add a number to that positive memory. John and Joe moved to Canada in 2005. The third step, take the first letter of each word and add special characters. So we have taken J and J, M, T, C, I to an exclamation mark and created our complex passphrase. Do not click on attachments or links to email from senders you don't know. Do not respond to odd emails, texts, or online messages that seem to be from friends, but there seems to be something wrong when you write them. Keep your operating system and software up to date. Use antivirus software and keep it up to date. Do not connect to unknown Wi-Fi networks. Hackers sometimes use these tricks to get to their victims. Do not complete sensitive transactions like banking on an open public Wi-Fi, like free Wi-Fi at a cafe. Even secured networks can be risky. Use your best judgment if you must access these accounts on public Wi-Fi. Turn off your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, camera, and location services when you are not using them. These are ways hacker can get into your system. Don't leave your laptop, tablet, or smartphone unattended in a public place. Even if you're working on a secure Wi-Fi network, that won't stop someone from taking your property or sneaking a peek at your device. Do turn off automatic connectivity. Most smartphones, laptops, and tablets have automatic connectivity settings, which allow you to seamlessly connect from one hotspot to the next. This is a convenient feature, but it can also connect your devices to networks you ordinarily would not use. Keep these settings turned off, especially when you're traveling to unfamiliar places. Don't use public Wi-Fi to shop online. I know shopping doesn't seem like it involves sensitive data, but if you think about it, making purchases online may include divulging your banking information and other security information like your banking information and your address. Don't access personal bank accounts or sensitive personal data on unsecured public networks. Even secured networks can be risky. Making online purchases includes divulging your retailer login credentials, which you simply do not want in the hands of a wrong person. Shopping isn't something you want to do on an unsecured Wi-Fi network. An unsecured network means anyone with a Wi-Fi device in your coverage area can access your personal internet connection and your devices. Trespassers can steal your bandwidth and usage capacity to download large files like movies or games, leaving you stuck with a big bill or restricted usage and download speeds. You could be liable for any criminal actions that were conducted using your unsecured network, even if you knew nothing about it absolutely. Your secure browsing history, password and login info, and email content can all be easily accessed. Your unsecured shared files can be accessed, copied, or even deleted. Your unsecured Wi-Fi enabled peripherals like printers or video game systems can all be easily accessed. Unsecured networks show up immediately as unlocked and vulnerable on wireless devices, scans, and these are very easy prey. A firewall acts like a guard between your device and any other device that is trying to access it through the web. It also makes sure all of the access points to your computer are secured at all times, except for those which you are currently using. Often, firewall protection will already be a part of your operating system, which your computer came with. Check to see that it is turned on and ensure that it is updated on a constant basis. Your operating system help menu or online help should be able to guide you. If your operating system doesn't include a firewall, install your own firewall software, which will always be quietly guarding your device while you go about surfing. There is a good selection of free and paid firewall, software available on the internet. Look for programs from credible companies. Apps, MMS, and SMS allow you to share media and use the internet to deliver highly specific information and functions on your mobile device. But be aware that they could also offer opportunities for fraud, malware, and predators. Beware of apps developed by companies that provide little or no information about themselves or don't provide contact details, website, and email information. Even apps that seem legitimate can often contain destructive viruses or can be used to collect your personal data for gain. Look into an app and permission it requests before installing. Use your common sense to match an app's functionality to the information it wishes to access from your mobile. Only download apps from sites or sources you trust. Try to stick to the default source of apps for your mobile device or official website. Don't use text messages to send personal or sensitive information. Never open MMS attachments from unknown or untrusted sources. Never click the links or call phone numbers that are embedded in these suspicious messages, even if they are from your bank or your cell phone provider. Increasingly, MMS and SMS text messages are being used to phish, spread virus, and link to malicious websites. Some of the things to remember: use strong passwords. Do not respond to phishing and spoofing. Keep software up to date. Do not connect to unsecure networks, and turn off connections. One of the most common types of cybercrime is identity theft. Identity theft happens when someone uses your personal information without you knowing about it. Identity theft can happen in many ways and can have a very serious consequence. Whenever we log on into a website, pay bills online, do our shopping, or enter an online contest, share information publicly on social media, we become targets for identity thieves. Identity thieves are looking for certain types of information. First, they need specific details and numbers, such as your name and your address. Your date of birth is also important. Your mother's maiden name is often used as a security check. Other information useful for identity thieves are the details about your life that are often used in passwords and security questions. You may have seen posts on Facebook that use games to share these types of personal details. Be aware of sharing this type of information as it can be very risky. Additional information is often found in the form of important numbers like passport, credit card, SIN, and this information is very useful to identity thieves. They can use one of these numbers to get more details about you. Identity thieves have many different goals and intentions. They may want to access your bank account or open a credit card in your name. They may do some online shopping using your credit card or even set up accounts in your name, such as on adult websites. They can also use your information to set up online gaming accounts or a cell phone contract. In some cases, identity thieves may use your information to apply for a job or an apartment or even government benefits. Identity thieves use a lot of tricks to obtain personal information. They send phishing emails to trick you into sharing personal information. They create spoofing websites to trick you into sharing personal information. These phishing emails and spoofed websites often look like legitimate at first, but if you dig deeper, they are usually off in some details, like a URL, spelling, language, or the image quality. Identity thieves may also advertise for fake jobs to collect resumes and online application information. Identity thieves can also check old discarded phones, computers, and USB drives for information. They will steal computers and other devices. Shoulder surf. Have you ever heard of this term? Well, this means that they can also watch over your shoulder when you're using your computers or phone in public. They can even install spyware or malware on computers to steal information typed in by the users. This might happen on public computers or on your own computer through viruses. Identity thieves also hack someone's account and then send emails on social media messages to every name on the friends list or in the address book to try and get contacts to give up their information. They also hack into a company's website, especially those with online commerce sites, to steal website customers' account information. Thieves will also browse social media to collect the personal details, as we have already discussed. Thieves can also use software to crack weak passwords. The possibility of identity theft can be quite scary. It may seem like staying safe online is impossible, but the Government of Canada's CyberSafe website has 5 simple suggestions for improving your online safety right away. Number 1. You should avoid using obvious passwords based on your personal details. Instead, use combinations of letters and numbers and symbols. There are good apps that will help you manage your passwords so that you don't have to remember them all. If you use the same password for every site, if one of the sites is hacked, the hacker has your password for all your online accounts. Number 2, you should always update your operating system and other software regularly. Updates often include changes to make a program more secure. Number 3, if it's not your home network or a secure campus network, you should only connect to Wi-Fi networks that require a password. Open networks can be used by criminals to access your computer. Some networks are even set up to lure people in. The fourth point, when you're not using them, you should turn these services off to allow your computer or device to connect to other devices or servers. Hackers can use these tools to access your device and information. Check the privacy settings on all these tools. When you download files from pirate sites that provide copyrighted materials illegally, you may also be downloading viruses or malware. These can compromise your privacy and also your safety. Remember that we all must work together to prevent cyberbullying and harassment. We should be careful of what we say and do online so that we don't become bully ourselves. We must also protect our accounts from being hacked by bullies. We can also do searches of our names to see if there is what content is available online. And if cyberbullying happens, we can block the bully and report the bully. And remember to tell someone if you're being harassed. It's always easier to deal with problems when you do have some support. There are many organizations and government agencies that work to protect us from identity theft and other online dangers. Get Cyber Safe is a Government of Canada's national awareness campaign. You can learn more about the cyber safety on Get Cyber Safe at getcybersafe.gc.ca. You can also learn more about identity theft at the Government of Ontario's website, which is also mentioned on this slide. The Government of Canada's Anti-Fraud Centre is another resource. You can visit their website or call their toll-free number. Learn more about cyber safety on RCMP's website on the Scams and the Fraud page. You can also report identity theft and threatening online harassment to your local police department. This webinar was brought to you by the O2O program. This is a bilingual program funded by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada and by the Government of Ontario. The main aim for this program is to expedite and facilitate the settlement of newcomers to Ontario and help them make better and informed choices. Our email, phone number, and website are listed on this slide. COSTI Immigrant Services is a multicultural agency focused on providing services to all newcomers who are settling in the Greater Toronto Area. COSTI provides educational, social, and employment services to help newcomers become self-sufficient and settled in their new community. COSTI manages the Orientation to Ontario project, which has brought you this webinar today. That brings us to the end of this webinar, and I hope you all have learned useful information about cybersecurity. Thank you, everyone.